It's by accident.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Callouts TV. This your boy Ja. We about to get into this video reaction, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's free. It don't cost y'all nothing. The more y'all keep hitting that like button, the more videos we gonna keep dropping. Let's get it. Name of the video is K-Flock announces his release date from jail. I'm doing a video reaction to District Trending. That's the name of the YouTube channel.
With the recent news of New York rapper K-Flock now facing a RICO case alongside his already existing court case where he's looking at serving life inside of prison, many have wondered what's the possibilities of K-Flock's release from prison. What year will it be? And also, if he beats the case,
there's a possibility, man, that he might not ever see the day of light again, y'all. I mean, the charges that he's being hit with, you know what I'm saying, racketeering. How many young black men or black men, period, you see beating a fucking racketeering charge, man? A federal gang indictment.
when will K-Flock finally be released from prison and return to music? Now, with the help from lawyers online, we've been able to dissect the current charges against K-Flock, and we actually found the answer. But first, it's important to recap on the recent news. As on February 24th, it was announced Bronx drill rapper K-Flock was just indicted by a federal grand jury for a bunch of new racketeering conspiracy charges, otherwise known as RICO. Now, this had hip-hop creators reacting, stating K-Flock just caught a RICO. It's really over. To even DJ Academic stating, feds just unsealed an indictment on K-Flock for RICO charges. The mandatory minimum, if he doesn't beat those charges or snitch, is life in prison. Now,
either he gonna get life or he gonna have to snitch. But even if he do snitch, he still gotta do some time. You know what I'm saying? Look at 6ix9ine, for example. 6ix9ine told, but he still had to do a couple of years in jail.
Now, he still is facing state charges that currently has him locked up. Pray for him. Now, the news of K-Flock now facing RICO charges is hitting news head.
He's still facing state charges, he said, but you know, the lawyer had explained to Lisa Evers that he feels like the case, the murder charge that they got against his client, is pretty weak.
Headlines, and his lawyer was quick to release a statement regarding K-Flock as well as his future, where it reads, and I quote, "We're not surprised by the federal charges as we've been dealing with Kevin's state charges for over a year now. Considering the incident was a clear act of self-defense, it wasn't a particularly strong charge. That it's now being used as a basis for a possible penalty charge is extraordinary. On video, it is crystal clear that Kevin was about to be affected after attempting to walk away from the other."
See, the thing that's going to work against K-Flock is that he caught that body in the town in New York City. The only ones that's allowed to carry the firearms is law enforcement. Or you could be a peace officer or a license to carry security guard. That's it. When you a criminal with a rap sheet, let's not forget, K-Flock is a prior felon prior to this alleged murder charge that he caught.
Person. Only then did Kevin use his item to defend himself from another armed team member who was about to pull out his item from out of his pocket. Now, the man that goes by the name of Kevin in that...
You gotta do whatever you gotta do, man. When you out in these streets and you gangbanging and you know you a prime target and your ops is trying to take you out, you gotta do whatever you gotta do, man, to make it back home, man, to your mother, your sister, if you got kids. It is what it is, man. But then, these laws, man, remember what happened with Lil Wayne, man, when Lil Wayne got caught with a gun. Remember what happened with Plexico Burris. I mean, these dudes was B-list, A-list celebrities, man. And the district attorney still made them do some time. Plexo did like 3 years up north. And this nigga Lil Wayne, he had to do some time on the island. So, I mean, K Flock is a dude that he don't got too many industry connections. He don't got no industry connections. He was just starting to get his feet wet. And now he in a nasty situation, man, fighting for his life. I seen a recent picture of him that everybody's talking about. He just was picked up by the feds, so he's in the feds right now, taking pictures, throwing up the trendy sign. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think the federal prosecutors is gonna be paying close attention to you, man, and what's going on with you in the feds, and you taking pictures for the gram, throwing up gang signs. It's not a good look, man. You should be in that little library, man, studying, knowing your rights, man. Because these crackers is finna to slay you. They finna give you some football numbers and throw away the key.
That statement is actually K Flock. That is his real name. K Flock's lawyer also didn't use his item, attempting to walk away from the other person. Only then did Kevin use his item to defend himself from another armed team member who was about to pull out his item from out of his pocket. Now, the man that goes by the name of Kevin in that statement is actually K Flock. That is his real name. K Flock's lawyer also did an interview where he stated this about the New York rapper.
When the guy hits the ground and is found, he's got a loaded that was in his pocket that his hand was on at the time. We consider that to be self-defense.
So he did keep him in self-defense.
You heard his lawyer saying that, they consider that self-defense, but that's not the rules here in New York. You know that. And they said this lawyer that's representing K Flock, man, just because he's a top-notch, high-priced attorney, he's lost a lot of cases too. He's lost a lot of cases before. He's lost with El Chapo. There's a few other drug laws that he's represented in the past that he's lost. You know what I'm saying? So, he's not no fucking Johnny Cochran, man.
Defense.
That's what the allegation is. I don't want to talk too much about the details of the case.
Okay.
The government claims that he pulled but at the same time, the person that was ground had his hand on a illegal loaded, apparently about Kevin.
Okay. So without saying too much, you're arguing obviously self-defense. That's the
So they saying supposedly the dude that K Flock has shot and killed, that this dude had his hands on a loaded firearm. You know what I mean? And that's what the boys found. The boys found the loaded grip on him. You know what I'm saying? When he was stretched out in the streets, man, you know what I'm saying, at Sugar Hill with his brains leaking. RIP to that man, but you know what I'm saying, when you running up on somebody, you gotta prepare for the worst. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who's quicker on the draw. And you wasn't quicker. K Flock was quicker than you on the draw, man. You know what I'm saying? He thought about making it back home and preserving his life, and you didn't. You know what I'm saying?
That could be one of the arguments, self-defense, and I would say to the public, somebody's walking up to you with a loaded, it's pretty clear he's going to use it, with a criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get, or do you not want to?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate to pull it.
Leave a like on the video if you're a fan.
Yo, you heard Shorty? She said she wouldn't hesitate to pull the trigger. Let me run that back.
Of K Flock.
Oh, absolutely.
Criminal record a mile long. Do you want to get, or do you not want to?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't hesitate to pull it.
Leave a like on the video if you're a fan. How many fans?
So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you got middle-aged people like her that's like, you know what I'm saying, in their late 40s, early 50s, mid-50s. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they have some type of leniency on them. But he's definitely going to do some time. But hopefully they all feel the same way this female felt. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, the majority of the jury, you know, they gonna be white. You know what I'm saying? And they already look at K Flock as a thug because of the shit that he be talking about in his music. So we gonna see what happens, man.
Are watching today. Knowing K-Flock's lawyer's plans in the courtroom for his defense helps figure out what the rapper's release time could be from prison, as K and his lawyers will be pleading a self-defense claim in the courtroom, and they will need to prove this through the truth of the situation that occurred on December 23rd, 2021. This incident involving Kevin, aka K-Flock, as well as another individual named Oscar Hernandez, who sadly passed away in this situation, has been...
He looked like a little troublemaker, though, respectfully. Rest in peace to that man, but you could look at him, look.
One of the biggest incident involving Kevin, aka K-Flock, as well as another individual named Oscar Hernandez.
See, look at the eyes, man. The eyes never lie, man. He looked like he was a little young nigga on Demon Time, man, just like Flock. He looked like he could be K-Flock's brother, man. Like he could be his older brother, no cap. But R.I.P. to that man. I know his family's still grieving.
Who sadly passed away in this situation, has been one of the biggest court cases in the music industry for quite some time now. As on December 23rd, New York rapper K-Flock was walking down the street in the city. Now from the photos you see here, K-Flock is seen walking past a barbershop with two other individuals. Allegedly one is his sister, but that has not been confirmed. K-Flock, wearing the blue coat, was wearing a shiesty mask as well. While walking past this barbershop,
Wow, he said K-Flock was wearing a Pooh Shiesty mask. I'm dead.
a man then walks out of the barbershop as they notice K-Flock walking by. Now the man that leaves the barbershop to see K-Flock on the street
Bro,
is
this
Oscar
this nigga was wearing slippers, man, when he got killed.
Hernandez. A man then walks out of the bar.
I noticed this has become a trend now in this new era. You know what I'm saying? Generation Z, X, and all that. I notice a lot of the young cats, man, that call themselves drillers and steppers, man. They be wearing slippers, man, when they outside, man. Like you gotta you gotta have your sneakers laced up, man. You better have your boots laced up. You better be prepared, bro. This nigga out here playing. I see why the nigga got killed, nigga. He ain't have no sneakers on, bro, to run, get the fuck up out of there. At least try to dodge a bullet or two, bro. So what if you get hit in your leg or something, bro? But I heard this nigga got hit up in his back, his chest, all that. But look, the nigga outside playing around with slippers on, bro. So how war ready is he?
Barbershop as they notice K-Flock walking by. Now the man that leaves the barbershop to see K-Flock on the street is Oscar Hernandez. Hernandez stepped out of the shop while K-Flock kept is Oscar Hernandez.
So he got Jordans on, sneakers on in this picture. But at the time that he's having a bang out with an opposition, he decides to wear slippers that day.
Hernandez stepped out of the shop while K-Flock kept walking by. With K-Flock on video walking by Oscar, this is where Oscar Hernandez then screams to K-Flock, asking him, "Hey, what are you looking at?" As while K-Flock was originally walking by the barbershop, he was actually staring down Oscar Hernandez. A small argument then starts erupting between the two individuals. This then even leads to a louder arguing going on, getting the attention of witnesses across the street as well as on the road. This argument brewing up between Oscar Hernandez as well as K-Flock continued going on. It would eventually end to where Oscar Hernandez starts walking away from K-Flock. But right before he turned to walk away, it looked as if Oscar Hernandez was about to pull something from out of his waistband. With Oscar making that type of motion,
Nigga, you got slippers on, nigga. You ain't even supposed to hesitate, nigga. If that's your target and that's the nigga where you trying to go kill, nigga, you better be ready, nigga. You outside playing around, nigga, with Nike slippers on, boy. Are you fucking dumb, bro?
then caused K Flock to also pull.
Yeah, K Flock was in some Michael Mary's in Montclair. He was flee. He had some fucking sneakers on his feet though. To get away, to run, nigga. For ankles, you need ankle support, bro. When you dodging them fucking bullets, man.
His firearm from out of his waistband, but he actually ended up using it towards Oscar Hernandez. With Oscar seeing K Flock pull it out of his waistband, he quickly turns his body and tries sprinting into this small convenience store. While trying to run away,
You heard? Son tried to sprint. The nigga with the slippers on tried to sprint. But he ain't have his kicks. If he had his sneakers, the slippers slowed him down. The slippers caused his death. The slippers is the main reason why he couldn't get away from them bullets, man. When son was throwing at him.
K Flock ends up connecting a few to Hernandez, and this is where Oscar Hernandez is seen falling to the ground and yelling for help. Hernandez would then later pass from his injuries at the local NYC hospital. Meanwhile, K Flock sprinted away on foot, trying to get out of the incident. All that was left at the scene was shell casings, as well as Oscar Hernandez's slides that he was wearing on this day. Kevin Perez, professionally known as K Flock, is the main suspect in this investigation, as he then turned himself into the NYPD on December 23rd and is currently facing charges of the first degree. K Flock is currently being held at RICO.
This nigga K Flock, man, he has so much potential, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was getting recognition from Chicago niggas, like niggas look up to, like the youth at NYC look up to in Chicago, like G Herbo, Chief Keef, Lil Durk. All them niggas was jacking this nigga K Flock, bro. He threw away his bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? He threw away the bag, bro. It is what it is. But at the same time, you know, if he didn't blow that rocket, you know, he wouldn't be here today. So, you know, you gotta be, if you a nigga that live by street code, morals, and principles, then, you know what I'm saying, you rather be judged by 12, man. You know what I'm saying? What's understood don't gotta be explained.
Rikers Island jail. Him and his lawyers are doing anything possible to get him released. Although with the new RICO charges that have now landed on him, he will be sitting in jail for quite some time. Oscar Hernandez's parents ended up speaking about the passing the next day it actually happened. They believe that this case was a mistaken identity case, as they believe that K Flock mistakenly thought that Oscar was somebody else that was street related, and that is why he dealt with the situation in the way that he did. As Oscar Hernandez's parents kept on confirming that Oscar has no street ties, he has nobody who has beef with in the streets, anything in that nature. As they described Oscar Hernandez as a delivery man for Uber Eats, as well as being...
Man, that's cat, man. These parents don't be knowing what their kids be out here doing in the streets, because they be at work, working 10, 12-hour shifts in a hospital. Or a security guard, you know what I mean, working a graveyard shift in a fucking booth somewhere. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on with their kids, bro.
Described as a hard worker. Now here's where the court case gets interesting.
A lot of these parents, they be raising their kids to be criminals, and then when they go out here and make a rookie mistake, get killed because they wasn't paying attention. Then you got their parents on the news crying, talking about how much of a good kid they was.
Once it hit news headlines, this photo was released of the main suspect. The NYPD was hoping the public...
You see the Michael Marys that K Flock got on? DJ Academics was teasing him when this whole murder joint went down. You know what I'm saying? He was being charged. You had Academics talking about he had the scary Marys on.
Can help find the main suspect in the case, and within minutes, K Flock started trending on social media, as fans realized this looks identical to K Flock, as he was on Instagram Live earlier in the day, flexing the exact same outfit, as well as just looking exactly like him. Now this was when the NYPD then put out a warrant for K Flock's arrest, and he was arrested immediately when turning himself in. K Flock hired one of the best lawyers in the game only minutes after being arrested, as this was was all done through his music label with the connections. K Flock and his lawyer walked into the NYPD 30th precinct together, and
this nigga was at Rolling Loud, doing interviews, all that. Then just about a month later, now he locked up for a body. You know what I'm saying? Shit's crazy.
his lawyer put out this statement only hours after turning him in. Yesterday, I accompanied Kevin, aka K Flock, as he self-surrendered to detectives in the 30th precinct. Arrangements were immediately made with the NYPD once I learned that he was wanted. As to the charges against him, we have begun our own investigation into these allegations. More importantly, considering the DA's significant disclosure this morning, the NYPD received a tip saying someone else is actually the hitter. We demanded the DA's office provides disclosure of the videos referenced in the complaint and more information on the tip. We will address bail once we have had a chance to review the case and further investigate the DA's noteworthy disclosure. Now, after this statement was released, the NYPD then put out their statement. The NYPD believed this incident was street-related based on K Flock's documented affiliation on the Bronx-based 3rd Street team. Now, this is where things actually get interesting. Another video would constantly from my office received a plea. Considering the DA's significant disclosure this morning, the NYPD received a tip saying someone else is actually the hitter. We demanded the DA's office provides disclosure of the videos referenced in the complaint and more information.
So they got a tip, NYPD got a tip from someone saying that K Flock wasn't the shooter. But NYPD ain't jacking that, you know what I'm saying? They trying to say based off of his gang affiliation that he might have had something to do with that murder, man. Or he might have been the, you know what I'm saying, the prime suspect.
On the tip. We will address bail once we have had a chance to review the case and further investigate the DA's noteworthy disclosure. Now, after this statement was released, the NYPD then put out their statement. The NYPD believed this incident was street-related based on K Flock's documented affiliation on the Bronx-based 3rd Street team. Now, this is where things actually get interesting.
He said it's based off of the Bronx 3rd. What he said? 3rd Street, 3rd side.
Video would go quickly. Street-related based on K Flock's documented affiliation on the Bronx-based 3rd Street team. Now, this is where things.
Yeah, he said 3rd Street team. Nah, it's 3rd side, homie.
Actually get interesting. Another video would go quickly viral after a man matching the exact same outfit worn in the suspect's photo on FaceTime showing his firearm tucked in his waistband. Just like it was shared in his lawyer's statement, they received a tip that it was someone else who actually did it and was wearing the exact same outfit as K Flock. Now, this will have to be further proved in the court.
Yo, this shit crazy, son. Like, no funny shit. It could have been one of his fans. You know, this nigga got some loyal fans, man. It could have been one of K Flock loyal fans, like, gave NYPD a tip, like, no, that's not him. Don't get me wrong. I hope it's not. You know what I'm saying? I want the little nigga to be out here getting to it. You know what I'm saying? He got a bag out here waiting for him. He got a line of bitches around the corner. Lines is blocks, about 3 or 4 blocks. Just waiting to throw him the pussy. He got daddies out here right now in the town, NYC. That's where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. And this nigga got blocks, barrels of bitches that want to get this nigga the buns for free just because he K Flock. But he can't even enjoy it or experience that shit because he made a stupid decision that'll probably cost him the rest of his life. He probably won't ever get to know what it feels like to be with a woman sexually, spiritually again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he threw his life away based off of his upbringing, the way his moms raised him. I looked at his moms. His moms remind me of one of them, you know what I mean, them thugger chicks, you know what I'm saying, that be outside all night with the Hennessy cup, you know what I'm saying, with the folding chairs outside with her homegirls, talking mad shit, smoking mad blunts with mad gangsters on the block, you know what I'm saying? Well, letting K Flock grow up, seeing all that shit in the Bronx, you know what I mean? So she wasn't a good role model for her son. She didn't have a positive role model male in her son's life. His father probably was in jail or got killed. You know what I'm saying? So due to that, you know what I mean, he fell to the streets, man. You know what I mean? Gang culture sucked him right in. And he's soon about to find out, man. You know what I'm saying? What that gangster life is really about. Like I said, there's a picture of him on Instagram. He released a picture yesterday of him, you know what I mean, in the feds, throwing up the trendy sign and all that. So by him doing that, it's showing me and other people out there that's looking at this case from afar that he's not really taking this murder shit serious, man. He's not understanding that he's fighting for his life and he might not never see the day of light again. He doesn't understand that shit. But y'all niggas, man, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. This your boy Callouts TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We got more content on the way.